On Tuesday the 11th of September 2001, a series of 4 coordinated events changed the way disaster films would be portrayed to viewers in the future. United Airlines Flight 175 and American Airlines Flight 11 were flown into the North and South Towers that made up the World Trade Center in New York. American Airlines Flight 77 crashed into the Pentagon. United Airlines Flight 93 was to crash into Washington-based United States Capitol building. The plane crashed into a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. All 227 civilians and 19 hijackers aboard the 4 planes died, as did almost 3,000 others in the towers. Osama bin Laden, who had initially denied involvement, claimed responsibility. Using 9/11 as a moment in time, I'll investigate how films relating to catastrophe, plague, contagion, and other disasters are constructed and how they have changed post 9/11. I'll investigate how imagery on screen has changed post 9/11 and what common themes run throughout such films that can be attributed to the events of 9/11. I'll investigate and present examples of how modern film and television are grounded in events that are perceived to be something that could happen in the real world. Other than the research required for my final major project, there are a number of books and articles written on the subject from a number of different viewpoints. I'm looking to review the literature dealing with post 9/11 horror so as to provide an unbiased collection of thoughts and analysis from leading contributors regarding this topic. I will research the horror genre pre and post 9/11, referencing examples relating to viruses, contraction of disease, the origin of the threat, and the forms that the threat manifests itself into, such as zombies. I will find common themes that are associated with 9/11, such as missing persons boards. I'll investigate films with a catastrophe as a subject, pre and post 9/11. I'll investigate whether or not the catastrophe is due to man's negligence or if it was something out of his control. For the purpose of the dissertation's focus, I will mention but not focus heavily on J-horror, Japanese horror, examples of which can be seen here with Carved in 2007, The Curse 2005, Cairo 2001, and Merbito 2004. Likewise, for the purpose of the dissertation's focus, I will mention but not focus heavily on torture porn or gorno, such as Hostel 2005, Hostel 2 2007, Saw 2004, and Saw 3 3D in 2006. I will cite films pre-9/11 that are not derived from a man-made threat, such as the Andromeda Strain, Meteor, Alien, Independence Day, Dante's Peak, Volcano, Armageddon, Deep Impact, and The Perfect Storm. I will cite films post 9/11 that are not derived from a man-made threat, such as The Call, War of the Worlds, The Mist, The Reaping, The Invasion, Flood, Sunshine, Cloverfield, Skyline, Monsters, and Take Shelter. I will cite films pre-9/11 that were derived from man-made activity, such as The Cassandra Crossing, The Plague, Chain Reaction, Virus, The Day After, Outbreak, and 12 Monkeys. I will research films post 9/11 and construct an argument that the events of 9/11 determined the plot within films, in particular the shift towards a man-made catastrophe or event, such as in 28 Days Later, I Am Legend, Wreck, Quarantine, Carriers, The Road, Day of the Triffids, and Contagion. I've sourced a range of books written by leaders in their field, which are a useful foundation for my investigations. These sources tend to be US-UK specific and include, but are not limited, Aviva Briefel's Horror After 9/11, World of Fear, Cinema of Terror, Kevin Wetmore's Post 9/11 Horror in American Cinema. I will review a range of related film reviews, radio interviews, and news items from around the world in order to obtain specific viewpoints regarding film post 9/11. I will use a variety of online sites to generate carefully worded, unbiased surveys in order to gauge opinion that can be added into the argument within the body of the dissertation. Where possible, I will contact the authors of secondary research sources in order for clarification, sound bites, updates, and direct quotes that can be added to the dissertation. I will instigate a series of discussions in order to obtain a range of opinions surrounding the argument. I will use social media to obtain a range of opinions that could be used in the dissertation. I have activated several online surveys for primary research. I'm organising a number of Vox Pop discussions on the topic. I will contact authors of secondary sources, Aviva Briefeld and Kevin Wetmore. I've highlighted a range of films pre and post 9/11 that fit the criteria of my examination and have access to them. I have sourced a range of academic journals and articles on the subject. I have sourced specific text and analysis around the 2011 film Contagion. I have sourced specific texts and analysis surrounding the 2008 film Cloverfield, in particular the reenactment of events of 9/11 as experienced to the man on the street. I've acquired the books Horror After 9/11 and Post 9/11 Horror. I have sourced specific books and journals relating to the subject matter. I will continue to review books surrounding this topic. I've grouped a variety of newspaper and magazine articles specific to the subject and reviews of films post 9/11. In addition to this, there is considerable research of specific texts relating to 9/11 in the form of newspaper articles. I will conclude that 9/11 has been a catalyst for moulding content in films and that specific action in films has stemmed from the events and subsequent responses to 9/11. Using horror as the main genre, having presented a balanced argument, I will have cited clear examples to show this to be the case.
The average person touches their face 3 to 5 times every waking minute. In between, we're touching doorknobs, water fountains, and each other.
But we had a virus with no treatment protocol and no vaccine at this time.
You had a seizure this morning, Beth.
Do you have a history of seizures?
No.
Allergies?
As of last night, there are 32 cases.
On day 1, there were 2 people, and then 4, and then 16. In 3 months, it's 1 billion. That's where we're headed.